Hey everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with another episode of Your Turn with two hosts this time, Paraka the Goblin and
Ghost, your co-host.
And he is recovered very well. Look at him just floating there without any sprains.
Oh, it's nice. Unfortunately, my mouth bone is connected to my floaty bits.
Gross. So, not too much happened this week though, so thankfully we can just kind of take it easy, but a couple of interesting notes that did come up. Before we get into that, was there anything that you want to kind of cap off on with like Zelda? Since I know there was a lot of stuff that happened last week that nobody was able to like listen to. So, was there any like quick cap for you on like any opinion on any of the crazy records that Zelda is still continuing to do?
I mean, unfortunately, I'm gonna wait a little while so I could like just get the jump on it. I mean, I did that for Breath of the Wild too. I waited like 6 months before I actually jumped on it, but I'm in no rush to play it because it's a AAA game. It's gonna be there. They're not gonna run out of copies anytime soon.
And that's exactly how I felt too. I've finally just finished my first campaign of the Advance Wars. So I'm on Advance Wars 2 when I get started on my reboot camp. So, I'm good. I'm pretty comfortable with that, and yeah, like I'm not too worried about getting it either. So
also,
I am on that boat.
Also, actually, I was gonna get the motorcycle before I finish off Ganon on Breath of the Wild, so I still have that to do.
Just come in with that like Harley Davidson style, just mowing over here. Hey, I thought I told you to get off my roads. So all right, so there's that. Now it doesn't feel like I was the only one sharing my opinion. But this week, some light stuff. Mortal Kombat is rebooting their story again, going from 11 all the way back to Mortal Kombat 1. So to recap my understanding of what they're doing is basically the ending of 11 helped clear path for rebooting the story and bringing back everyone to basically the original game and kind of rewriting the way history is. So it's not gonna be the same again.
Okay.
So this one isn't like a reboot of the first game. They're going back to the story of 1 again. Like they're starting all the way back, but it's literally a brand new game. From my understanding, that's basically what's being said. So that means no Sector. Scorpion isn't dead yet. Noob Saibot, which is the original Sub-Zero, isn't dead yet. No Sector or Cyrax, so no robots based off the ninjas are there yet. So a lot of crazy things that like people kind of grew out to love isn't there. You know what that means? I don't even have to pretend that the redemption story arc for Scorpion even existed. So, I'm good. He gets to die and become a demon again. And maybe they could just ignore the fact that he's going to be revived again, which would be dumb.
Or it's 2 universes and we're going to see 11-2.
Shut the fuck up right now. But yeah, no, like basically the way I see it is they couldn't make Kotal Khan any cooler. They had Quan Chi, which was kind of cool. But they had Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn, and that was like the only characters you had to care about as far as villains. So when Kotal Khan came around, he was supposed to redeem NetherRealm and all that crap. It just wasn't going to happen.
Oh, okay.
So
actually, I do remember about the Mortal Kombat movie. When I was in elementary school, man, my friend and I were like super obsessed with that movie.
Dude, I think there's people out there that are obsessed with the movie just for that music.
Yeah.
It's Mortal Kombat.
It was super iconic.
Dude, it is. Like, even to this day, they still add it to every new game.
Yeah.
To this day. Of course they're going to. Why the fuck wouldn't they?
Yeah.
There's even Easter eggs in 11 that if you let one stage play out without doing anything, the background, you could hear somebody play it like in the caverns or something like that, so you could hear it echo and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of hilarious. Too bad the rest of 11 just looks like ass.
I guess I want to say, is this confirmed or is this? Because I thought this was just rumors.
No,
or like leaks.
Mortal Kombat 1 is confirmed.
Okay.
The game in of itself is confirmed. The trailer has already shown that it's going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
The way the trailer kind of comes off as, the spoiler warning, Liu Kang comes back as a god. Mm-hmm. Basically, he's going back in time. And that's basically what the start of the whole shebang is going to happen.
Okay.
So my understanding is because he's going back in time as a god, it's going to change how the future of that game is built.
Okay.
So I don't see them going Mortal Kombat 2 and becoming basically just a reboot of Mortal Kombat 2. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to literally go a different direction from here on out.
Okay.
So I think that's what's going to happen, which is more or less kind of cool, at the same time not. But the whole reason why I wanted to bring this up, though, even though, like, oh yeah, announcements, that's great, why are you talking about that, right? That's not the part that I wanted to talk about. Because of Mortal Kombat 1 is like basically rebooting a lot of the characters out of the fucking history. So there's no Reptile, there's no Reiko, there's no Nitara, there's no like Kintaro, there's none of those dudes. Mm-hmm. There's no Moloch, there's no Drummond, there's no, I could probably go on forever and name them all off, right? There's nobody like that. No Shinnok, anyone, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're not met yet, because it's the very first game, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't add cameos, or what they called cameos with a K, right? Mm-hmm. These cameo fighters are basically kind of like drop-in assistants, kind of like in Marvel vs. Capcom. You know how they, like, you have your friend, you have your like allies that you choose, and then sometimes you can have them come in and they'll do some kind of move, and then they fuck off again.
Yeah.
Basically, that's gonna happen again. So more or less, Mortal Kombat just made assist trophies for their game. Like that, I think that's hilarious, because think about it. Even though they're rebooting the old roster all the way down to the first roster and stuff, that might not be the only roster there. There might even be new characters that are added, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're going to have characters that are like, oh man, are the other ones coming back through time too? Because they could easily say, because he came back through time, other characters from the future may come with him too. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be a Shinnok that comes in. There could be a Havoc that comes in and stuff, right? Or they're just there for cameos, and you just drop in from the future and go blah, and then they just come off again. Dude, do you not know how bad it hurt a lot of these like fans in Smash Brothers when they're like their favorite character gets trophied? Like, imagine that same situation just for Mortal Kombat characters. You want to know what'd be hilarious? If the most used, like, obviously, like, if Scorpion was in Smash Brothers, it won't happen because obviously Mortal Kombat is associated with some pretty brutality to a point where it's banned in Japan. If that was ever a possibility, right? A very possible ability. If they did Scorpion, I would laugh my ass off if they made Sub-Zero just an assist trophy in the same sweep, because of that whole man. That would be basically what they're doing. Imagine somebody who's like, man, I really do love mocap. No one loves mocap. I'm just using this example. And then just mocap comes in as a cameo character, like, so ridiculous. They even the game's not even announced, like, even open for pre-order yet in like several areas, and they still leak the cameo fighters in the new pack, and
people aren't happy about it.
No, nobody's really happy about it, and like the characters aren't even that exciting. Like in a DLC pack, like the cameo DLC pack that they're going to be doing. So not only are they going to sell you fighters, they're going to sell you drop-in fighters. They're selling you assist trophies in this game. How bad do you think this is going to end up going? Like this, that'd be like again, going back to the Smash Brothers thing, assist trophy pack for $5.
Oh jeez.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Like, I want to buy 5 characters I won't be able to play. That's what I want to do. I want to remember how this hurts a lot. Like, just imagine buying that 5-pack, and then every time you use it, you see Monster Hunter come out.
Yay.
Oh my god. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know how that's going to really work out. Like, fundamentally, like, on the most hardcore level, on the most professional like gaming fighting community level, I could see this being entertaining to watch and entertaining in general because I could see it adding a lot of depth to the game. But for a lot of people who are just fans of Mortal Kombat, oh my god, no, I don't see them really doing anything pleasant with this.
Yeah.
Like they're just imagine just somebody's like, man, I can't wait for Baraka to come in, and he's like, boop, stabby, and then just jumps off screen again, like, oh. Ow.
Uh-oh.
Right? That would hurt, because that's my namesake right there. So, how do you feel about the whole Mortal Kombat thing now? Obviously, I'm one of the fans out of this, so obviously I'm gonna gush all over it.
I don't. I'm not too crazy about it. Well, mostly because I didn't I played a little bit of it. I remember the movie really well, but other than that, I didn't really follow most of it.
It was very confusing. Johnny Cage died 4 times, and he was still alive. I don't know how that worked.
At the very least, I still hope they keep that rocker style instead of because it seemed more like it had
the heavy metal movie style that was in X and back.
Yeah, because now it's what, a cult?
It's weird. It's like kind of a cultish and kind of tribal, in a way. And I could see where some of that influence comes from because NetherRealms is basically that's their style, right?
Yeah. But it still had that heavy metal feel.
There was like a lot of those big spikes, tight leathers and stuff like that, and a variety of characters and stuff. It was the way I said it's like the movie heavy metal, not just heavy metal like the music genre. The movie heavy metal. If you watched Heavy Metal the movie and then you played some of the older Mortal Kombats, you could see the style was oozing the same similarly, and it was, and I think that was where more of the style and the identity of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I think
now it's just kind of it's a cult and you got spiky stuff and
not even spiky stuff and there's a whole amount of blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of expected. It's Mortal Kombat. I'm not kind of complaining about that, right? That being said, right? A lot of the characters, especially in 11, the way I described it before, 11 was just basically punched mud. Somebody just grabbed a ball of clay and just punched it, not even shaping it or anything, just punched it repeatedly until it resembled a face. Then I put it on a pile of other things that slowly resembled a body, and then called it a character. And I'm not even saying the Switch version.
That's the thing though. It's the state of the AAA. Ugly. That's the state of the AAA series.
And it's tragic because I miss that old era, very comic booky heavy metal feel, but it was just ugly. It wasn't even not just women ugly. Everything was ugly. I know a lot of people were I could see some places where you can kind of make the argument that some characters needed more clothing, like Princess Katana. You can make the argument, right? Then there's other characters that wouldn't make the argument. Scarlet, she uses blood, sometimes her own. Why would she cover her body more? You know? In essence, I can see where you're going with that. But that pales in comparison to how ugly the game looked to begin with. There's a lot of conservatism, basically, making characters dress more conservatively,
which is bullshit.
It pales in comparison to just how ugly the game looks. It wouldn't matter if the characters looked scantily clad still, if they still looked like giant feet.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
Well, the biggest issue is just because it's easier to optimize, because it's the reason why men and women in Western games look like shit, because
they basically use the same model.
Yeah. So I don't want to sculpt the face. So we'll just copy it over and then put slightly bigger boobs, and we'll call it a day.
I can see that happening. Especially with a lot of AAA developers and stuff. But speaking of ugly people,
more like the hate of pretty.
The hate characters. Of beauty. Yeah, the hate of beauty. Dove, the people who are basically built their whole life on trying to make people look better, are you know what? Please stop using our soap, But please stand by our own thing, and we will go and want you to make ugly women. Please.
Because 75% of you look hideous.
75% of the people who play video games look like fucking feet. Yeah, no, shit. Most of us are dudes. The rest of us are dudes pretending to be women.
Oh man, this shit is so hilarious. Have you seen the commercial?
No, I don't want
to.
to.
It's so cringe.
No, well, it's so ridiculous because at what point in time do you need somebody to represent you in a video game? So, they're like, we need representation where it's reasonable. So, are you saying that you believe you're fucking grotesque? Is that what you're saying?
Well, even then, though, too, it's like,
I can't play this, I'm pretty. Or I can't play this, Laura Croft's pretty. Where's somebody that looks like my butthole? Seriously? Is that, that's not going to be inspiring you to, lose weight or get better. Hell, that's going to inspire you to do worse things to yourself because you're going to feel bad. Oh my God, this represents me. And then you look over and it's like Mick Croderson or whatever. And it kind of looks like a giant toad with a loopy eye and women power. It's like oozing whatever green drool from the side of the mouth. And oh my God, that's so me. Yeah, slay queen. Meanwhile, dudes are getting these buff old guys. It's I'm priest man, dude, and God said let me be swole, so I did. And then everybody's like, man, I just need to work out to be him now.
Yeah,
let's every dude who will ever play a game, regardless, they will play stuff like Darksiders and then see death topless and fuck, man, I need to work out.
Yeah,
and then they'll work out. I need to look like him too. You know.
Well, even then though too, it's you're selling soap. What are you doing about video games?
Well, not only that, you're selling soap. Why would you encourage them to just not wash and become gross?
Yeah.
Do you want everyone to be Gorlock the Destroyer? Let's be real here. That woman thing, blob, Jabba the Hutt. It's a hut. It's a hut. That's where I'm going to go. It's the hut. Disney has literally made the huts look like that. Jabba looked prettier. Anyway. That has been moralized on almost every podcast now, as is hilarious. But that's basically what they looked at that and is that a face? And then the other person was like, who cares? Let's try to advertise saying that's the peak beauty. And then we're gonna try to sell soap, soap, body lotion, body wash, shampoo, all the things to help you look good. Dove's just don't buy our crap. Look like grotesque little wildebeest. Because we believe in you, Snaggletooth. Just yikes, man. Just yikes.
Well, it's just... It's really gotten, on my nerves that, I don't take your goodwill anymore because it's full of shit. It's the erasure.
You know what's really bad?
Mm-hmm.
Even since, I don't know, probably 2017 or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've slowly started to realize all the garbage, everything, and I was kind of apathetic to it before, right? And now I am I hate it. I can't even cursory enjoy sporting goods, sporting store events anymore, because I used to be able to kind of at least have talks about highlights and stuff, because I will see some highlights and have chats with about it. I can't enjoy those. Can't really enjoy movies anymore. I can't enjoy TV shows anymore. I can't enjoy cartoons anymore. Hell, I can't even enjoy funny YouTube YouTube comments anymore, because it's all just a glazed over superficial bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or YouTube content, not YouTube comments, content. Because even with the way the lockdowns happened and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We're all in this together. You live in a mansion. We got to help everyone else. You don't let anybody else in your mansion. We need to be able to hand out what you have to those in need. You don't do anything in your mansion. seeing how bad like Hollywood was about how, oh my god, it's so sad. I'm in my 3 pools right now. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, they're just like me. Yeah.
I don't want to watch a single Hollywood movie anymore. Like,
of course.
It just it sickens me. You know,
I can't remember the last movie.
I'd rather, honestly, I'm at that point where I'd have rather had just complete strangers voice work the Mario Brothers movies than Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have that, and that sounds more exciting, because that way I didn't have to hear Joe Rogan act like a monkey, and then somebody just records him and puts him on a monkey. You know, like, that's just basically it. It's, I don't know. I'm so over that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then you get all this crap that's constantly like, oh, we're going to double down. Guess what, men? You're horrible. Also, women, be proud that you're ugly because you're still beautiful. Like, that's so dumb. It's like the dumbest counterintuitive thing. That's like, what? That's like selling, that's like Ortho selling cockroach eggs. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's not how that works.
Well, I just don't get, like, who are they trying to advertise to? Like,
people who don't buy anything anyway.
Yeah, true.
That's like the weirdest. Like, you're constantly double downing on people that just sit there and go, "Oh my god, yeah, slay queen," and they don't buy anything. They never buy crap. They just sit there, pat themselves on the back, and be like, "Oh man, I am so glad that I changed the things better for the people that should buy this, but I'm not gonna buy this. But I want to stand in front of this because I'm a warrior for whoever else I just made up in my mind." Yeah. You know, like, that's just the way it is. You know, it is sad, it is miserable, it is pathetic to the T. You know, it's just, I don't know. I just don't
understand, like, the fervent hate for the feminine figure. Like,
yeah, like, and not even just hate, just absolute, like, vitriol to it. Like, they want to destroy the feminine figure. No dude that's not gay is gonna want to hump another woman that looks like me. You know, I'm a goblin. No other dude wants to hump a goblin. None. Women don't. Like, women, and I get that. I'm a goblin. That works. I understand. I have won with this, okay? I can pay women to pretend I'm pretty. You know? Women can't. They don't have money. They need other guys' money. But why would a dude want something that looks like him? And it's like, yeah, that reminds me of me. Dude, that's not how that works. Do you really want guys to come up like, hey girl, you look a lot like me, and I like me. Why don't you come down here and talk about me? Cool, girl. And you're just, what are you gonna do? Yeah, let me get up out of here. You know, like, no. It's stupid. If we were monetized, we are no longer monetized. Like, it is ridiculous, though.
Yeah,
it is. And I don't know. When is it gonna stop, dude?
They're gonna bleed enough money to figure it out, so we'll let them figure it out.
Like Bud Light. We're Americans still. See, we wear cowboy boots. Shut up.
All you gotta do is just say sorry. That's all we got.
No, you don't. No. Because sorry is just overused now. They could just constantly say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then, like, they'll do it again and again. Like, no, there's no more sorries. Like, it's a choice.
Well, that's the thing. They refuse to apologize. They refuse to apologize. That's the thing. Because at the very least, they could have just said, "Oh yeah, we screwed up. Sorry, we didn't mean to do that." And now it's just kind of like, oh, just forget everything, rather than apologizing.
Yeah, and then they didn't even fire the people. They just put them on leave.
Paid
they're
leave.
Still getting, no, they're still getting paid. No, piss off.
Yeah,
you know what you're doing.
It's gonna come back.
Shut up.
And they're gonna laugh in your faces.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, good luck with that 5-year projection there, Bud Light. And Dove. And whoever else. Coca-Cola, maybe. You know, who knows?
Whatever. I'm going to keep playing my
We are never going to get any sponsors unless I do it myself.
That's great. I'm going to keep playing my waifus. They're going to be great.
It's going to be funny. I could probably start a company and then I'll just sponsor ourselves. That'd be hilarious. Because then I wouldn't really give a crap. I know what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, and we should probably stop right there. So, for everyone who's listening to us. Thank you guys for always listening to us, always supporting us, always kind of getting our backs and stuff. And if you like our content, always feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, we will see you on the other side. Hey everyone, this is Paraka.
And Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.